Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Anna Manuel. Local artists are taking it to the streets. Big Fox's Josh Feldberg takes us to an Elmira festival that turns the street into a canvas.
The streets of Elmira are coming to life this weekend. The 2022 Elmira Street Painting Festival kicked off today and continues through till Sunday. Around 70 artists will paint the streets of Elmira with works of art. I'm on West Water Street, one of the streets where the festival is taking place. West Water Street and some of the surrounding blocks have been closed for the duration of the festival. The streets will reopen on Sunday full of lively art. The art will stay on the streets until they fade away. The Elmira Street Painting Festival will also include live music, street vendors, and craft stations such as face painting. The top 3 artists are rewarded with cash prizes for their creations. The event started in 2008, and according to the festival's website, it was created with the goal of local residents and visitors rediscovering downtown Elmira by converting the streets into an art gallery. The festival is free to attend. The artists will begin their painting Saturday at 10 a.m. Josh Feldberg, Big Fox News, Elmira.
The West End Gallery on Market Street will debut a new exhibit. On July 22nd, a community art event will be held at the gallery to welcome new art from G.C. Myers. Myers is a contemporary painter, his new exhibit titled Chaos and Light. The opening reception to the exhibit will be held July 22nd from 5 p.m. until 7 at the West End Gallery. The artist himself will be in attendance, and there will be live music. John Deere has recalled 2 of its lawnmower models. The John Deere X380 and X390 were recalled due to crash and injury hazards. John Deere released a statement saying the wheel hubs were not properly manufactured, causing the tractor to lose braking and other vital operating components. About 160 units were sold in the U.S. The accused gunman in the mass shooting at a Buffalo supermarket was indicted by a federal grand jury on Thursday. And today, the supermarket opened its doors for the first time since that massacre. Kevin Cork reports.
We pray that this building will be the beacon of light in our community that shows that we are Buffalo strong.
A Buffalo supermarket reopens its doors Friday, 2 months after a gunman opened fire, killing 10 people there. All of the victims were black. On Thursday, the community held a prayer service outside the Tops Friendly Market and marked the moment the shooting began.
Would you please now join me in this moment of silence?
Tops says about 75% of employees who worked at the Jefferson Avenue store have returned to work. The market was turned back over to Tops after investigators spent days combing through it for evidence. The decision to reopen has been met with mixed emotion.
That trauma is not gone. In 2 months' time, the trauma is not gone.
If I get punched in the mouth, I don't just want to stand there. Well, lie down there. I want to just get back up, face, adversity in the mirror.
On Thursday, a federal grand jury indicted the accused gunman, 19-year-old Peyton Gendron, on 27 counts, including federal hate crimes and firearms charges. Just last month, he pled not guilty to state charges that include murder, attempted murder, and domestic terrorism. Attorney General Merrick Garland says his department will, quote, continue to be relentless in our efforts to combat hate crimes, to support the communities terrorized by them, and to hold accountable those who perpetrate them. The accused gunman will be arraigned on that federal indictment next week. He faces life in prison or the death penalty if he is ultimately convicted. In Washington, I'm Kevin Cork, Fox News.
A new report shows that not only are consumers being walloped by inflation spikes, but so are producers. And of course, usually those price hikes are passed on. Lauren Blanchard is in Washington with more on the numbers.
Another bad economic report for the White House. The Labor Department showing that for wholesalers, inflation rose by 11.3% in June compared to a year ago. This one day after another report showed consumer inflation was up 9.1%.
Used to be more fun to go out to eat, and now it's too expensive to do that.
A top driver for the high inflation is energy. President Biden is overseas trying to boost global oil production in the hopes it will help bring down prices at American pumps.
People want to see action, and they want to see the price come down as a result of that action. It's a challenge because in the energy markets, very few things happen right away.
The Federal Reserve has been aggressively raising interest rates to try to cool inflation, but now Bank of America economists are predicting a mild recession is all but guaranteed in the second half of 2022.
I think we're heading into a recession, unfortunately.
Other analysts say the recession is already here.
We're in a recession now. I don't know how anybody thinks we're going to get one in 23 when we're there right now.
The Fed is expected to meet later this month.
The Fed has probably got to lift rates by a whole percentage point at the next meeting, and then they've got to continue at rates about that high if they want to get ahead of the curve.
Data also shows wages are not keeping up with inflation. Real average hourly earnings are down more than 3.5% compared to just a year ago. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
There's another sign of a tight labor market. Americans could see the largest pay bump since the Great Recession. In 2023, U.S. companies plan to give workers their largest pay bump in 15 years. That's according to a new survey from a human resources consulting firm. The average planned increase is 4.1%. Back in 2008, the average hike was 3.5%. 2 out of 3 companies will be hiking wages. Sales rising in June 1%. That's higher than the estimate, which was 0.8%. Year over year, there was an 8.4% rise in retail sales in June. Shoppers are showing some resilience in the face of record inflation. Sales at grocery stores, restaurants, and bars all up last month. Retail sales declined in May for the first time this year. Many Americans are dealing with serious drought conditions amid an already record-breaking hot summer. In some states, water levels in rivers, ponds, and major lakes are dropping to new lows. Mike Tobin reports.
This year's tough. A lot of extra work, just based on a lack of rain. There's nothing anybody did. Just no rain.
Extreme drought is plaguing Americans from the southern plains to the northeast regions. In Connecticut, residents are being asked to curb their water usage as the state enters stage 2 of a drought warning. Stage 2 is an emerging drought event that could potentially impact water supplies, agriculture, and natural ecosystems.
Our above normal temperatures we're having right now and no significant rainfall in sight, it's almost imminent that we are going to be moving, to another stage, coming up at some point.
Local farmers in states like Utah and Oklahoma say they are feeling the brunt of this year's drought conditions too.
We've lost our fishery. They used to be bass ponds, and the bass have died because there's not any water moving through it.
Every thought of every day is about water. Is there enough? When are we going to get more? Lots of prayers, lots of waiting, lots of patience, lots of hard decisions.
Utah's Great Salt Lake and several surrounding reservoirs are already running low. In some cases, water levels have dropped to their lowest in recorded history, prompting concerns from experts of a possible ecological disaster.
We have to continue looking long-term down the road and doing what we can to make sure that we're prepared for the future.
Members of Utah's congressional delegation have introduced a bill they say could get more water into the shrinking lakes. In Chicago, Mike Tobin, Fox News.
Your complete forecast is next, plus this.
Fruit juice dispensers inspired a new home dialysis machine. I'm Jackie Ibanez with a look at the technology straight ahead.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Hi everyone, welcome. I'm meteorologist Sam Ryan. Looking back over the temperatures this week, we saw them up to 91 Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday hit a high of 85 and 81 here Thursday. Now for our Saturday, jumping ahead, we'll see temperatures staying seasonable outside. Should be a nice, pleasant day. We'll have a few more clouds to contend with. 62 overnight, midnight temperature, 59 at 3 a.m., 56 at 6 a.m. as we wake up. Sunrise occurs at 5:45. Sunset for Saturday at 8:40 p.m. So we'll see about 14 hours and 55 minutes of daylight to enjoy. In 1 week, by the way, it's 14 hours and 43 minutes. We're going to be losing 11 minutes down, 41 seconds. We'll have some clouds again to contend with here Saturday. I can't rule out, you'll see this on our 7-day forecast, an isolated shower, maybe a clap of thunder out there. Such a low chance. I would not even worry about it if you have outdoor plans. So that's Saturday. Sunday, we'll see again, maybe an isolated shower storm. Better chance though Sunday night. So I'm watching a wave that is right now kind of over heading into the Dakotas area and all the way down towards Nebraska, an elongated wave. And that's going to be approaching the area finally into the day on Monday. And that's going to bring us some soaking rain, much higher humidity. In that one day of Monday, it's going to feel like we just went down to the southern tip of Florida. So high humidity, showers kind of decorate the landscape most of the day, a good soaking rain. So if you have seed, maybe something you want to do, plant or whatever, Sunday would be a good day to do that in preparation for that rain. 57 degrees, waking up here Saturday morning, 80 by noon, 80, there it is, that icon, 85 by the afternoon. Light winds out of the south-southwest. So we'll make it into those middle 80s. And see, we don't even have the icon on this graphic. See how that changes? Again, it's such a slight chance out there. Nothing to really concern ourselves with, just some passing clouds into the afternoon. Again, middle 80s, 87, and average high is 84, so just above that. Once again, look at that sunrise, 5:45, sunset at 8:40. Here's the forecast model then, putting things into motion for our Saturday. Again, really not much to worry about. I can't even find the triggers out there, just a little troughiness, most of the activity down to our south. Here we are Sunday, still hanging out, pretty nice, but here we go, Sunday night and into Monday. That's the beginning of those showers and storms. So 88 for a high Sunday, humidity on the rise, and it'll really blast in here for the day on Monday. With, again, a good soaking rain, I think we'll get out of it for Monday. High humidity. Humidity drops a little bit, but it's still going to be warm out there into next week. So 87 Saturday, 86 for our Sunday, 83 Monday with the best chance of those showers and storms moving in.
While developing juice dispensers, a group of developers saw the potential for improving kidney treatments. They went on to create a more convenient way for people to get dialysis. Jackie Ibanez has more.
The idea for this home dialysis machine started in the kitchen. A team of UK developers wanted to improve fruit juice dispensers, but realized the technology could be used to make kidney treatments more efficient. They created the SC Plus system to allow patients to access the treatment from home. This week, it won the UK's top engineering prize.
A restaurant that may serve orange juice on demand, one way that they do that is to have a concentrate and to mix that with water to create the drink at the moment it's needed. Similar problem to what a dialysis system needs to do.
Dialysis involves mechanically cleaning the blood when a person's kidneys are not functioning properly. It typically involves multiple hospital visits per week that take anywhere from 3 to 4 hours to complete. The developers say the machine's small size eliminates those weekly visits.
Patients themselves can manage the therapy on their own, yet it's a high-performance device that provides the standard of care of what traditional large machines are able to do.
With this portable device, patients can do dialysis overnight. As a result, they receive more dialysis than traditional methods and can access the treatment during the weekend. 21-year-old Lewis Till says it's been a game changer.
Being able to feel normal again was a big difference. It doesn't feel like I'm on dialysis as much anymore.
The device is already being used on patients in the UK, and there are plans to roll it out here in the U.S. Jackie Ibanez, Fox News.
Amazon is making changes as sales sag, and a crypto lender reveals its debt. CJ Papa has those stories and more in today's Business Briefs.
Amazon has started scaling back the product it sells under its own brands. The Wall Street Journal says there's speculation the company may even get out of the private label business because of pressure from regulators. Amazon has been accused of giving its own brands advantages at the expense of products sold by other vendors. Cryptocurrency lender Celsius Network is more than $1 billion in debt, with most of the money owed to its users. Celsius has filed for bankruptcy reorganization. Celsius stopped all customer withdrawals a month ago. Now there are questions about whether users will be able to recover their deposits. Luxury brand Burberry says its sales increased only slightly in the recent quarter. It was severely impacted by lockdowns in China, where sales were down 35%. Sales rose in the rest of the world. And shoppers have been buying discount fashions. Uniqlo's parent company, Fast Retailing, says its net profit rose 57% in recent months. In April, the company said it's doubling down on the North American market, where it struggled to reach the same scale of success seen in Japan and China. It's targeting 200 stores in 5 years from the 57 currently in operation. For more stories, log on to foxbusiness.com. In New York, I'm CJ Papa.
Still ahead, an 8-year-old in California gets to be a detective for the day ahead of a life-changing surgery. That story and more coming up. Ahead of major life-changing surgery, an 8-year-old girl from California joins the ranks of the Santa Clara County Sheriff's Department. It was an emotional day for the junior deputy, as well as those who worked with her. Jessie Gary has more on her remarkable story.
Want to put this on your shirt? Thursday morning, 8-year-old Aubrey Silver arrives to temporarily join the team at the Santa Clara County Justice Training Center. The youngster, outfitted with a vest, camera, tiara, and glasses,
Hurry, come help us!
lent her talents to find a faux suspect hiding somewhere on the ground.
You went in there.
I liked it a lot.
Can you believe that all these people did all of this for you?
Yeah,
How does that make you feel?
good.
Why?
Because I'm glad people care about me.
Aubrey's journey to law enforcement begins with a chance encounter 3 years ago, watching the sheriff's canine unit at work. Her mother, Catherine Silva.
We came into today thinking it was just a part of a training exercise, and here we are in tears.
Now for the story behind those tears. Aubrey has suffered from medical complications, including a head tumor that was removed but has since regrown. The mass is affecting vision in one of her eyes. Aubrey undergoes surgery Friday, her 19th surgery in just 8 years of life.
Going through surgery for a tumor that's regrown is not easy. It's not an easy thing at all.
Doctors, believing positive mind could equal a positive outcome, want Aubrey in a good emotional place pre-surgery. That's where the sheriff's canine unit comes in. Knowing of her connection with the four-legged sleuths, they set up this mock investigation, pursuit and capture.
She was her own detective. She solved a case to find a missing dress and slippers. And at the end of the day, she caught the bad guy. It's all about the community, how we can best serve our community.
With the alleged thief behind bars, there was one more jolt to position Aubrey in a positive frame to face surgery. An all-expense-paid trip to Disneyland.
I can see all my favorite Disney princesses.
Who's your favorite one?
Tiana.
At the end of the day, Aubrey and her family deserve this, and so I'm glad we were able to pull this together.
This is definitely going to lighten the load of everything, looking forward to something after the fact.
Perhaps in a few years, this day's efforts will lead her down a path to help others facing some of life's greatest challenges.
Thank you.
In Morgan Hill, Jessie Gary, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
A new study on marijuana use in teens says they're much more likely to develop addictions than adults. Scientists at the King's College London say teens are 3.5 times more likely than adults to develop severe cannabis use disorder, essentially addiction. 76 teens aged 16 and 17 took part in the study. Half of them had 6 or more symptoms of cannabis use disorder. Researchers say since teen brains are not fully developed for controlling risky behaviors, early marijuana use increases the risks of substance abuse. A new study says that kids in a bad mood may take in more bad food. University of Southern California researchers say negative emotions play a large role in unhealthy eating habits for kids. In an ethnically diverse study of about 200 kids, the scientists found kids ate more fried foods on days with variable emotion patterns, and mornings and evenings were 2 vulnerable emotion periods. Unhealthy foods were most likely to be eaten on weekends, when kids had less structure. Sweets were among the most consumed foods, at least once daily. Stay with us. We'll have more right after the break. We want to leave you with a smile. Sunday is National Ice Cream Day, a day dedicated to indulging in your favorite summer treat. Some of the nation's biggest creameries are offering some sweet deals for the day. Baskin-Robbins is offering $5 off any purchase with a minimum order of $15. Carvel is offering a buy one, get one free deal on a small cup or cone of any soft serve flavor. And over at Dairy Queen, you can enjoy $1 off any dipped cone, with the exception of kid cones, if you use the DQ app. I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to enjoying that sweet day. I'm Scott Beadle. Thanks for watching.